All right, there we go. We're now live over on YouTube as well. Discard those changes because I'm never using that again. Now I need to find... All right, let's open this up. So yeah, this is how I made these. These lights that go back and forth. I basically just animated it in HitFilm. I drew the, we need to turn this off, actually. Stream isn't starting. Stream has started. Okay, so we're gonna add some new stuff. Yeah, we need this. So this is going to be a crowd. 12 seconds. Let's make that 8 seconds. Zoom into the crowd. Okay, now random assets, signs. So I want to make a animation whenever people follow. Where it just looks like people are bouncing the signs up and down. Let's go ahead and move this over a little. Put that under there. I really, really hate the exclamation point on this. I'll say I hate the W, but it does kind of met the fact that the W is so. Ugh. All right, let's start adding some effects to maybe make this look a little bit better. Add a drop shadow. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this so we can actually see. Opacity. We want this to kind of pop a little, so let's actually put a lot of opacity on here. Opacity to full. All right, we'll just copy that effect and then paste it onto everything else. What do we actually... Let's actually change... Let's do about 512. Actually, maybe a bit smaller than that. Let's go 420. Blaze it. We'll make a point. So one good thing about what I like in HitFilm Pro, you can make a point layer, and we'll call this control. So this is the control point, and you can parent each of these layers in one go to the control point. And so anything I do with a control point happens to all the layers. So I can move it up and down, I can scale it, rotate it, whatever I want to do. So for now, we just kind of want to move it around a little, maybe scale it some. And also, we'll kind of scale this as well. So the idea for this is that somebody hits the follow button, and then these signs, this whole thing appears as like a banner on top. You hear the crowd, wow! And these things kind of bounce around independently of each other. Not a whole lot of shaking, but a little bit of shaking. So we're gonna actually add an effect called shake. Wait, we seem to have an issue here. So that's not what we want. Why is it doing that? What the fuck? That's not supposed to happen. No. There we go. Okay. So what that was doing, it was trying to wrap everything into the dimensions of that box. And it just kind of did whatever the hell this is, which looks terrible. So we're going to get rid of the wrapping. We're going to lower the speed probably. Let's add a smooth to it. A slight scale. I think we ramp up the speed a bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let's actually make this a preset. We'll call this sign shake. But we're gonna go ahead and copy to all these other signs. But that's going to cause an issue. So since I copied this exact same parameters to every single sign, it's going to do the exact same motion, which is not what we want. So what we want to do is go to each of these shakes, open them up, and we want to go to seed. And so every single shake has the seed of 0. But if we bump the seed up to just some random number, you see that E over here is doing things a little differently. It has a slightly different motion to everything else. And then, so if we go to another, make that to a 7. We'll make this 69. Now they all have independent seeds. So they're all kind of going on their own independent pattern. They're not doing the exact same thing as each other. So one thing I do want to do though, now that we kind of scaled them down, we need to actually kind of move them around a little. Set these two a little closer together. This one down a little bit. It's not really hitting for me. I do have an idea though. Let's actually make we'll make this mask. And then we'll make a green screen layer. And what we're gonna end up doing, we'll start a keyframe on position. We'll move forward probably about right here. Let's move this one forward actually a little bit too. And then we're gonna raise this up. So what that's gonna do, let's pretend like the green screen isn't there. Scale to fit. Turn off the green screen. So what's gonna end up happening is somebody hits the follow button. It's gonna trigger this to play. And there's gonna be a green screen, but the green screen is gonna be fixed in OBS. So So the crowd rises up, and then what also happens at the same time ish that's going. Let's see how that works. Let's do a RAM preview. So a RAM preview basically allows me to kind of render everything out. It's basically telling the program all the parameters that are on right now are, it's what we're doing. It's baking all of those parameters. Oh, we'll get the creepy old guy soon. We're baking in all those parameters so that whenever we do the preview, it can just play through like it normally would. I feel like there's not enough motion going on here. And then right here, we'll go ahead and make another keyframe. Go forward some. That goes to the right. We'll go to the background. We'll make a keyframe right here. And this will go to the left. So, somebody hits follow button. And that plays like on the top. That's like a banner that's like on the top of the screen. I'm not liking the sign. The sign is gonna have to change quite a bit. Yeah, you want the creepy guy. Wait. Actually, you know what? Really good call. Really good call on this, actually. Because what we're going to do, all that stuff happens. And then about halfway through, let's put them right about there. Then we'll make another keyframe. I'll move it forward a bit. Actually, Let's copy this keyframe. Paste it again. Yeah, actually, let's do that. All right, somebody hits the follow button, makes a noise, this pops up. Wait, he kind of disappears a little too fast right there. Let's kind of move this up a bit. All right, that looks better. Let me see something real quick. If we could... Let's not have that on screen. There. Trying to see if there's anything else that would kind of fit with that vibe. No, not really seeing anything that fits with it. I'm not confident enough in my own ability to like have somebody come to me and they're like, "Hey, can you make this character for me?" And it's like, I don't know how to do that. I just kind of make stuff. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of sit down. I don't really have like much of a plan. And then I'll just kind of be like, let's try this. And then this turns into that, which turns into this other thing, which eventually that's when you get the horrendous this guy. Now I am kind of trying to start drawing a lot more. And like if I learned how to draw a lot better and then like learned how to do rigging for like 2D was it 2D live or whatever for VTubers and VTuber models, like I kind of want to do that. I just want to get my drawing skills up. And to do that, I need to find where my tablet pen went. Because right now, I'm just drawing on a mouse. And drawing on a mouse, like, it's doable. But it's kind of a pain in the butt at the same time. I have a tablet, like a cheap, like, $80 tablet that I got a couple years ago. And it comes with a pen. And I don't know where my pen went to. And to replace it costs $20, which is doable, but like you don't want to, like, it's already my second pen. I don't want to get in the habit of dropping $20 every couple months because I lost my tablet pen. So I need to find where that pen went. But yeah, I'm just kind of like drawing something every day, or trying to. I'll miss a couple days here and there, and just kind of messing around with different animations and whatnot, using what I already kind of know about animation and just in filmmaking, and just trying to apply it to all of this stuff. Because like ideally what I would like to have, like what I would like is when I hit the go live button, people get hit by the notification and they come to the stream and it's like an entire cartoon with like different characters that I voice, all with their own like unique look and character voice. You know, have some guy, there's some guy talking like this, and then have another guy talking like this, like an anime protagonist, and shit like that. A friend of mine was just thinking of uploading his podcast to YouTube and asked if I knew anyone made cartoon widgets, and you came to mind. It would depend on what they want, because like again, there's some stuff that I could nail, but then there's also a lot of stuff that like I have no clue how to make. So like I don't feel confident in my own ability at the moment. I think like give me a year of making things and I probably would. Yeah, I need to start my own podcast. I've been wanting to for probably like 10 years now. I've been wanting to start my own podcast. Ideally, I had in mind like, it's like, oh, I'll have my friend do the podcast with me. But that never really materialized. I think he would rather talk about other things than what I want to talk about. Like, I want to talk about modern Hollywood and some of the politics and activism and all that stuff, and like the effects of all that, and like why movies have gotten as unwatchable as they are. But then at the same time, like, I also sometimes I don't really want to go into this stuff that like frustrates me. I also kind of want to just talk about like wrestling and stuff. I have commitment issues. I need to like pick something, like pick a target and go for it. But I'm kind of like, and this is ADHD brain, where it's like, ooh, I like this thing over here. This is fun. Ooh, let's go over here now. Like, if you saw my Steam library, I'm in a constant state of just downloading a bunch of games and not completing them. And then like I'll go over and like start playing another game. And it's just like this alone is too many games. These are just like installed. These are all of them. Just all the games. All the games. Like, how many games? I have 635 video games on this account. I need to play some Half-Life later on. Okay, I feel pretty good about this, though. So, what I need to do now is I'm gonna go on Pixabay. Yeah. So, the sad thing is, okay, actually, there's two things behind this. The reason that is a lot of games. And that's because back in the day, I would go on Humble Bundle. I'd pick a game bundle. And it's like, okay, 8 video games, $12. Hell yeah. And then there'd be another bundle that comes out. 20 items for $18? Hell yeah. But most of them came during when they were doing all the indie game bundles. And sometimes those would actually be worse. Where it's like you would spend $1 and get like 6 different games. So that's where the vast majority of those games came from. Was doing the Humble indie game bundle back in the day. I need to figure out what kind of noise it should make. I don't know if I want to make like a weird noise when this guy pops up. Or just like pre-record myself doing like, "Welcome to the nest." Yeah, see, I would like a happy medium where I play a game that I like all the way to completion. It's like it takes a game that I become obsessed with to play to the end. Like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That game I've completed multiple times. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, I've completed like a dozen times. Doom 2, Duke Nukem. Actually, Duke Nukem, I haven't completed all the episodes. But yeah, I'm planning on playing Half-Life 1 all the way to completion. Because that's one that's been on my backlog for so long. And then eventually, I would like to get to the point where I'm playing like Elden Ring. They're one of the Dark Souls games I'd like to play to completion. Elden Ring I was really, really excited for, but like I need to get new RAM or something. Because it's almost unplayable on my computer. Which is weird because there's games that require more than Elden Ring. The main thing is the RAM. That seems to be like the common factor. Hogwarts Legacy. the same thing. It seems to be a memory issue with some of those games. Yeah, so like the main reason I was so interested in Elden Ring is because a lot of the lore was, I don't know how much of it was written, but a lot of it was definitely helped by George R. R. Martin, who wrote A Song of Ice and Fire, you know, Game of Thrones, all that. And I really, really like it, the way I like how in depth he goes with like the world building in Game of Thrones, like the different families and their histories and everything. It's like I have a deep interest because of that. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and export this as is. Let's just go ahead and what do I want to call this? He wrote the pre-game lore. Wrestling Follow. All right, now I need to go to Streamlabs. Definitely don't want to be doxing myself on this. Alert box. Can we make a new alert box? Videos, assets, stream, Wrestling Follow. Let me see. All right, yeah, we'll go with this one. All right, save. And then let's test. Actually, wait, we need to do the widget. Browser, alerts. 1920 by 1080. All right, so let's pretend like somebody just followed. Okay. Now, do chroma key. All right, let's go ahead and add that in here. Browser. Alerts. You press the button! How do we feel about that? You press the button! So I initially wanted to do it on the top of the screen. Let's get rid of all these. So I can do that, but... You press the button! Let's put it up here. Or wait a second. You press the button! What if I actually put it down here? You press the button! Yeah, that's what I was initially thinking, is like when he either when he like pops up, like when he pops up right here, have him be there. How would he sound? I mean, I could do that pretty quickly. That's not what we wanted. Da, 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 da. I need a what kind of voice? Come on in. Yeah, let's match it up with this. Alright, let's try this. Export as... I don't even know. .mp3. Sound bytes. Yeah. Export. All right, now we'll go import music. compositing real quick. There we go. Much more comfortable in this. Just change the pitch. I'm so disturbed by that. Let's not do that. Actually, wait, we can do all this here. Let's do voiceover. Come on in. The water's fine. Need to kind of keep in this voice for a second. Somebody's like, I'm always thinking about the experience of somebody when they first click on my channel, like at any given moment, and like what they might possibly be thinking. And I'm pretty sure if anybody has tuned in the last couple minutes and just hear me, like, what the fuck is going on here? Let's add a large room effect. Alright, let's go with medium room. Sounds like he's in a like on the toilet or something. Let's try small room. Okay, no, that sounds like he's on the toilet. I regret everything. I deeply regret everything right now. Jesus Christ. What have I done? Let's export that. Actually, wait. I need to think for a second. I need to find a sound effect to play right before that. I need a sound effect. Oh, wait a second. I just had a horrible idea. I just had a terrible, horrendous idea. Let's ignore that for a moment. Random assets. Trying to find something that I made recently. But I can't for the life of me find it. Surely I put it somewhere. Wait a second, I don't know an easy way to find this. This might break the stream. Because it's broken the stream in the past. If it does, I'll be right back. But we gotta travel back to the hot tub. Okay. We're back in the hot tub. Come on in. The water's warm. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a nice night tonight? I'm having a nice night tonight right here in this hot tub with my buddy Rusty. All right, let's see, assets. Okay. All right, we're crossing over to the next dimension again. Ugh. All right, we made it. We're still streaming. That's good. Okay, so I found out where what I was looking for was. I don't know why this blue is here, but it is. Oh God. Alright, let's add the green screen key. But it's blue. It looks like the YouTube stream is taking a hit. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna throw Jelly Guy in here, but we're gonna add a puppet effect to him. We're gonna generate mesh. We're gonna edit. So I think we just need a point here, a point here. I want a point here and here. But also down here. Okay. So first things first, we want to... So this guy, every sporting event needs one. Every sporting event needs a streaker. So whenever somebody hits the follow button on this stream, this guy's gonna come racing through, and then everything else is gonna pop up. But to do that, we need to do the control points. Let's just go ahead and keyframe all these. See. Okay. Just gotta animate. I don't know if this is gonna work as well as I want it to. We're gonna have to do a whole lot of editing around this. But the idea... That's too fast. Alright, we need the control points. I don't know what that does. We're gonna leave that at 0 because I don't know what that does. Somebody's gonna be popping in this stream, seeing this shit, and being like, what the fuck? Let's just get like weird with it. Might as well at this point. Alright, now let's add some motion blur. So shitty. Let's have it go behind the signs. Let's go ahead. Save that. I'm gonna switch over here real quick. I'll turn this back on. All right, let's get back to this. The next thing we want to do, same exact thing, but audio only. Sound effects. Is there a way to do... So I don't know if AAC or PCM would be better. Let's try PCM. Yeah. And then from there, we go back to Streamlabs. Hopefully nothing here is doxing me. We'll delete that. Do the new one. Add this. Hit save settings. Okay, now let's try it out. That did not work. Why did that not work?
You just hit that follow button. You just made a horrible mistake. You might.
Okay, so it's freezing. Why is it freezing? It does not need to be freezing. Oh, I know why. Wait. It's not doing it right. All right, man. Thanks for dropping by whatever nonsense stream is going on right now. I'm trying to figure out why it's not updating. Maybe I need to change the name. It might have it. Yeah, I think it has it cached. Because for some reason it's not updating the video. Which is not what we want. We want it to update the video. And I think the issue is that it's still called Wrestling Follow. We'll call this version 2. And then we'll delete this one. And then upload version 2. Give it a chance to load up. Alright, let's go ahead and select that. Let's save it. And then let's test it. There we go. But it froze. It didn't freeze on the preview though. Let's try that again. Let's try. Not still. It's still doing it. What's the issue here? I have a couple of theories of what it could be, but I need to double check real quick. Let me see. So on HitFilm, this whole thing is supposed to be 8 minutes or 8 seconds. The alert duration is 8 seconds. Let's do it at 9 seconds and see. Okay, that played in full. Let's go back to 8. Set that to 0. Such a dumb thing I've made. Okay, that's working now. And then for the YouTube side of it, we still have this.
You just hit that follow button. You just made a horrible mistake. You might think that I am worthy, but I am clinically insane. Thanks.
Okay. So that all seems to be working fine. I think what I would maybe do for Jelly Guy there we go. So dumb. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Let's go ahead and export contents again. We'll call this version 2 final. So that way we don't get another mishap with the gosh darn Streamlabs not knowing what to do. So we'll go ahead and delete that one. Add the new one. Wait for it to load. It's gonna take a moment. It's gonna take a little bit of time. TJR did give me a really good idea though. that I need to do. So we're actually going to add Jellyman. Into the crowd. Let's make him kind of small. Oh, God. Should we add, I need to add some more characters eventually. So like you can kind of see him in the background there. And it gets a little closer in, it's like, yep, there he is. And by the time you get here, there is no doubt what is lurking behind us. I actually think he's a little too in focus. I think I need to make him blurry somehow. I don't know how I would do that. But I need to make him blurry. All right, let's try this. Do we have alerts? Which follow? Wait, does it actually play that sound without me having the extra thing there? Okay, let's go ahead and add alerts to every single scene. Definitely to this scene as well. And we got it here. Ah! The void. You don't want to become part of the void. So I need to figure out a way to make him a little less. Let's add a filter to this guy. Color correction. Take down the brightness a little. What about that? That seems... I don't know. I don't know. I think Jellyman... I think that's fine. That's probably fine. But what is not fine is that we aren't making any more assets. So we need to go ahead and start making some more assets. Let's just do 512 by 512. White background. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. There's too much jitter to this. I think it's just the brush. Alright, not liking any of these. Let's see. So what I'm thinking is I want to start filling in a bunch of different signs into the crowd. But I also kind of want them to be animated at the same time. So there's a couple different ways I can do this. Let's make a folder. We'll call this signs. This is You Suck. That's a simple sports wrestling kind of sign. What else do we want to have? Let's actually start putting... Let's put some out here, actually. So let's go ahead and put... sign underscore... You suck. I kind of want to have like all these animated eventually. So we're only going to do a couple of these. Like this. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not gonna work. Okay. But what will work, so we go here. Let's make a new composite shot. We'll call this crowd signs. We'll make it, this can be 30 seconds. 1920 by 1080. Hit OK. We're going to temporarily go ahead and add this in so that we kind of know where the signs are supposed to be. Now, okay, so we got this crappy sign right here. We would probably want to put it over here. Then, so we made a preset called Sign Shake. We'll go ahead and apply that. All right, and then we'll add a drop shadow. To this. Put the opacity at full. And I kind of want to add a blur. Let's add a motion blur. Alright, that's not enough shaking. We need a little bit more. How are we feeling about that? Let's do a RAM preview so that we can actually get some motion blur in there as well. I need to see something real quick. Okay, if I grab this. Okay, yeah. We definitely don't want that popping up. All right, sorry. I was a bit distracted. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Now, there are some issues going on here. This sticks out like a lot. So I think we're gonna have to add a blur. I think we just add maybe a diffuse. No, diffuse is not what we want. We need an actual blur. There we go. Okay, so you can clearly see you suck. You zoom in, you still see it. It's not quite as... It still kind of sticks out a little. It does stick out a little. Let's add some... Let's add some warmth to it. Actually. I don't think that actually did anything, really. No. I mean, it did something, but it just made the, it made this a warmer tone instead of just straight black. Okay. Actually, let's get rid of the shake. Let's get rid of the flicker. Let's get rid of the defocus. Let's get rid of the scratches, the dust, stains, and grain. So we still have the vignette. I think it sticks out way too much. It looks like photorealistic. It's like the thing. I need to actually use that effect. I need to use this effect on something in the future. Not this specifically, but something in the future, because like this looks... It had kind of like a photorealistic look to it, but obviously that's not what we're actually going for, so it doesn't fit the scene at all. However, I'm going to try it out in the future. Let's see, color, temperature. I think we just need color temperature. There, I think that maybe a little. And so this is what it's going to look like without... Here's something we need to really pay attention to. How does it go from the end to the beginning? I think that could work. It's not too jerky. It is a little jerky, but not like... That's doable. I think that's doable. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this... Actually... There. I think that works. We're gonna call this the sign preset. Sign preset. Okay, so we need to go ahead and make some new signs. We had that one. We had You Suck. Let's go ahead and do it like this. Then turn this off. Kind of have it. What does this person love? You know, we love follows. That's what we love. Okay, this works as a I heart follows. Then we'll do God, I wish I had my pen right now. We'll do DC. What does DC do? DC stinks. Then let's add some of these little... Actually, let's add some of this. Alright, DC stinks. kind of a standard sign. What's the next kind of sign we want? What else do we want? Oh, I do know one thing I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and go. Actually, yeah. Let's go with this one. All right, decrease size. Decrease size again. This should be simple enough to just go down the line right here. All right, so what we're gonna do on this one, we're gonna add like a long shadow to it. Let's get rid of all these little pieces. Don't need that, don't need that. But instead of a dark color, we're gonna have white. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a long shadow. I'm gonna make it white. The angle, I think we're gonna do, let's do 90. Actually, wait. What if we did minus 45? Drop the length significantly. About right there. Let's get about 11. Exactly. Before we do that, let's actually move this down. just a little. So we have some more wiggle room to play with. Alright, long shadow. White. 11. Actually, on the white, what the actual fuck am I in right now? This, okay, this actually works. Just a very subtle hint of off-white. Let's go 90, actually. We'll do 90. And then where's that color we just used? It's disappeared. I'm so confused. We'll just go ahead and click on that. Perfect. Actually, maybe raise this up a bit. Maybe we need to do it on the other sides as well. Honestly, let's screw this. Can I not control Z? What the fuck's going on? I think what we do is we duplicate. We make this one. So that's 1328. Let's try this. No. 1414 is too big. Let's go 1378. Okay, this is the border, as we'll call it. Then we'll go to hue and saturation. Perfect. Perfect. And then image. Crop to content. That way we don't have any wasted space. What was it? Documents. Signs. We'll just call this nest head. 'Cause it's my head. All right. Let's have let's make this bigger. I don't know how I feel about that. So let's go ahead and do it on both ends. DX1 and we'll call this one DX2. All right, that's enough signage. All right, we got our first sign. Now we got a bunch more signs to throw in. Just images. Okay, so we need to find places for each one of these signs. Let's go ahead and mark this. We'll worry about that one later. Alright, so DC stinks. What if we did copy and then paste attributes? Perfect. So now we can actually kind of quickly do this. We might have some signs repeating, but that's fine. One very, very important thing to remember. This is incredibly important. Anytime you are copying and pasting the shake effect, always remember to change your seed number. And to do that, that's pretty easy. You want to go over here to shake. So this is, you know, obviously the duplicated. This is the pasted shake. the one from here. So like if I hit play right now, they both move exactly the same. This is not what you want. You don't want this. The easiest and most efficient way to not have this happening is to go over here under shake. We have seed. And so if we change this number even to just 1 probably, there's a tiny bit of variation. More variation. So you basically just want to find a number that's not being used and assign that as your seed number for your whatever you do next. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the I heart follows. We're gonna paste attributes. And so as you can see, these two are identical now. So we just go over here to effects, where the shake is, and we'll just make it 575. And so they have independent movement, which is really important because you don't want things to like look like they're moving in a uniform fashion. Because if you look out at a crowd during a wrestling event, especially during the 90s, during the Attitude Era, where there would be tons and tons of signs. Like we're talking hundreds, if not thousands of signs in the crowd. None of them are moving in uniform fashion. They're not moving in the exact same pattern in the exact same way because individuals are holding the sign. A different individual is holding each sign. And nobody is really going to do the exact same motions. It's not going to happen. Unless they were like doing some sort of choreography. But again, it's not going to happen really. So, you want to have some level of randomness so that it looks somewhat real. And so doing this, it doesn't look like they're, it doesn't look like they're just copied and pasted attributes. Now, one thing I would want to do on this one is kind of move it somewhere else. So we'll have this sign over here. Also, there's another thing I need to take into consideration here that I wasn't really thinking about. Signs closer to the barricade are going to be bigger. Just because they're closer to the camera. Signs all the way up here at the top of the crowd, those need to be smaller. So I need to take DX Stinks. And it's at 20%. Let's drop it down to like 17%. See how that plays out. And then, so for the I heart follows, we're gonna bring this a little closer down. And so we're gonna make it, let's make it about 23%. So this just, again, helps. Yo, what's up, man? This again helps sell the illusion that, like, instead of these just all sort of being uniform, like this this helps sell the illusion of scale. Which is desperately needed because this giant faceless crowd is basically just the same thing pasted. Basically I just made a line and then pasted, raised them up a bit, copied, pasted, raised up a bit. It's like they're not really scaled correctly. But the signs kind of help sell the idea that they actually are scaled in the correct manner. Now I could also go even further into everything and like even the shake effects as well kind of change how much movement we're actually seeing, because I feel like the closer it is, you'd probably be seeing like a lot more movement right here. We could actually try that. So no, it's too much. I think we won't mess with the speed, but the amount, I think we should. I think probably the DC Stinks one. We'll drop the amount down to 11. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works actually a lot better. It's like the further back, like you're gonna see a bit less movement, even though they're probably moving. They would reasonably be moving about the same. It's a feeling I have that that's the way it, here, actually, let's look. WWF crowd. No. Uh, 1999. This is probably gonna get me dinged for copyright. As soon as I can. God, I hate these commercials. Okay. So we got all this going. Let me see. That the crowds were also using a lot of the colored signs as well. It's like they had like a lot of like highlighter yellow, greenish yellow, orange and pinks and straight up greens as well. So like this is sort of like what we kind of want to emulate. on some level. Like this is what we want to emulate. So I think what we'll do is we'll just copy a lot of the signs, maybe kind of like change their colors a bit, and then like put them further in the background where you can't even like tell what any of these signs are back here. You have no idea what any of these signs say at all. You can't even see any of this stuff. And so when we're over here on this, yeah, we're doing this, all the signs up front will be pretty crystal clear, very easy to read. And then as they go up into the sides, they become more and more blurry. So I think right now we'll just kind of leave things as they are. But we do want to get this guy. This guy's gonna be over here. Let's go ahead. Remember, we need to change the seed so it doesn't look like it's just copying the original sign. Let's just give it a ridiculous seed that doesn't match anything else. Okay. Let me think for a second. I think what we do is we go ahead and we make a new prime. We'll make it this color. And these are background signs. Oh, and we also need to all right, let's change the seeds. Oop. 225 on that one. $71 on that one. But we also kind of want to I feel like right now this is like a good amount of signs as like the prime signs that you can actually see. Like that seems fine to me. Let's go ahead and take DC Stinks down here. And we'll raise it up here. You suck. Kind of go here. All right, now we get the background sign. Now this one we're gonna do a lot with. First off, we're gonna do. Oh, it already has color temperature. Perfect. We'll do this. We'll add a blur effect. Yeah, probably want to do it like about that, actually. And so these will actually be kind of smaller. So let's go ahead and scale them down a bit. Let's try 14. Then we'll do this one. Let's change the color temperature. And let's change this. Actually, one thing that might kind of help is if we rotate it. So like you can't really, unless you like really kind of zoom in. Actually, wait, if you zoom in, it actually becomes even more indistinguishable. Actually, we might go ahead and forget about these for right now. Yeah, I already added a blur, but I don't want to go too hard or it like breaks up. It's like on this one. If you go too far, like it kind of does this. So I was trying to be very conservative with it because it kind of breaks up the image. I'll worry about these background signs later, honestly. I think right now the main thing is just getting these couple of signs first to actually look okay together. And we also need to see what they look like when they repeat. Let's go ahead here towards the end. And let's see how jerky the animation is when it goes from the very end back to the beginning. Okay, that doesn't seem the worst, but let's do a raw preview or a RAM preview. Oh shit, I just realized something. It's a good thing I didn't use blue at all. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, it's not too bad. Go away, Malwarebytes. Okay, so we're gonna need the green screen, but we're gonna actually have to make this the blue screen. So let's go down here. Okay, so this is how we're going to export this. We're going to export it out like this. Contents. Don't really know where I would put this, so I'm just gonna put it here. Wait a moment for that to finish. All right, perfect. Now, let's go to the wide shot. I might as well show the, oh no, I can't show the back end of this. Darn. I'd need another OBS to show the back end. So let's go ahead and add media source. We'll call this signs. No, we'll call this crowd signs. Loop. Assets, stream, crowd signs. Okay, so now we'll put that there. And then with the movie magic of chroma key targeting blue. Oh god. Oh god, it's gone bad. Alright, we can bring it back. Alright, I think about 200 on this. Should be good. Alright, let's check the close up. Ooh, that actually works out well. I love it. Hell yeah. Okay, so what else should I add to this scene? What else do I need? Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but I got the Jelly Man in the crowd. He's watching himself some wrestling. was watching some pro wrestling. I feel like we've done pretty well. I do want to change the stage. I made all of this. I kind of just threw all this together. I would like to have the lights going off in different directions instead of just going from left to right to center to left to right. And I don't like the little... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the stage I want to change. Right here, I feel like this is, other than like just a few extra signs, I feel like this, and like some more people in the crowd, I feel like this is pretty good. I would like to have like a whole cast of characters in the background right here. Where it's like you have like another character back here. Someone next to Jellyman over here. Yeah, darker signs, because there's actually like a slight darkening as it goes up and a slight blur. The darkening you can't really see too much, but like there's like as the let me see if I can get right here. As this goes up, they get just a little blurrier and a little blurrier and a little blurrier until like at the very top, like they're very blurry compared to down here. I might move, and the DX sign can stay right there. I think I think on the head sign, let me actually get back into hit film. Come on, load up. It's gonna load up any moment now. Just you wait. The only thing I don't like about him is he's more in focus than my PNG tuber model. Like, it looks like the camera is focused straight on Jellyman back here. Which is actually kind of funny at the same time. Oh, speaking of funny, we have a, well, some people might not find this funny, but we have a new follow alert. I'm going to go ahead and trigger it real quick. Yeah, I'm probably going to get rid of the sounds. T-George made that suggestion. And at the time, I mean, it's still funny to me, but like it might be a little too much. So yeah, on the head, I think we want to actually blur this out a bit more. And let's also see, color correction. Let's also darken it a bit. All right, let's try it now. Loading, loading, loading. Saving, saving, saving. Okay. Crowd signs. Let's just change that real quick. That's too dark. That's a little too dark. I like the amount of blur added to it. But it's a little too dark, so let's go ahead. We're going to brighten it up a bit. But we're still going to darken it some. And now we're going to do crowd signs again. Start export. All right, let's change this. Again. So that it resets. Okay, that's a lot better. I think. Nah. I don't know. Now that I actually look at it, I don't actually like the blur. All right. I don't actually like the blur. So we'll change the blur down to like 4.3. It's fine. We'll get rid of the brightness and contrast completely. And then on the iHeart follows, let me see. No, I think that's fine. On DX, actually, wait. Man. Yeah, on DX, we're going to move. We're gonna move the DX signs. Let me look at this. Close up. Okay, so we're gonna move it about right there. And then we'll move the other one over a tad. Actually, we'll move the other one, this one, a little bit more. All right, I feel good about that. Do this once more. Exit that. Exit that. Crowd signs. Temporarily switch to this. Now reset on this. And I don't like the fact that you can see the... Well, actually, that's fine that you can see that on the side right there. Yeah, that's fine. They do look like they just float there because they don't have anybody actually holding. But, spoiler alert for a future stream, I'm gonna make little arms that hold the signs up. That's a spoiler alert for a future stream. But let's go ahead and actually play a game. Change the title. Wait, it didn't change. There we go. All right, so we're gonna switch over to Half-Life. I'll be right back.